the 25th anniversary.
25th anniversary.
He says he loves the Javert.
Sure, Norman Lewis is great.
Yes.
But, like, no, 10th anniversary of Lame is...
I mean, I said that too.
That's the cast recording to get. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of 2K Mats. It's Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And the Grammy Awards were tonight. Of course, we had to watch.
Of course.
They are long.
They certainly are.
It's such a conundrum because the Grammys are kind of the most tedious award ceremony. You're invested in only a few things that have to do with the Grammys, but like, if you're not into country music, you gotta sit through a lot of country stuff. If you're not into Sting or Bono in the or U2, like Bono is U2. I always get confused.
I feel like also there were probably like 7 awards given out.
Not even. I would say 6.
It's so performance heavy and like little James Corden bit heavy. I legitimately, not even like over exaggerating, fell asleep.
He did for like a solid 6 minutes, like near the beginning, and I was just like, oh no.
Well, yes.
I look over and this bitch is asleep. And I was like, this show has not even started, and you're gonna sleep through this entire.
So I just got comfortable, and we had turned the lights off since the TV was on, and I maybe, lulled off.
Yeah.
I forgot there was a performance that woke me up. I think it was Bruno and Cardi.
Yeah, I think they were announcing they were about to begin, and
yes.
You woke up and you were like, yes!
I mean, I have just something in my veins that's like, when finesse is about to happen, I must wait for it. That has always been my favorite song on Bruno's album, and as soon as they made the single with Cardi, I was like, and that's one thing I'll say before we get to our whole Bruno moment. The smartest thing he ever did was put out Finesse with Cardi B right during Grammy voting season. Because it's like, oh, remember that album that's like over a year old now, but like is nominated? Here's a brand new single you haven't heard, and it's like number 2.
And guess what? It's like the best song on the album.
It's the best song on the album. Oh my god.
Yeah, and the video is iconic. Like, it's so good.
It's good.
That Grammy win for Album of the Year, though. And especially Record of the Year.
Yes, you're not a 24 karat.
I'm not a 24 karat fan.
You're
the
not.
song. He's obviously capitalizing on the success of Uptown Funk.
Yes.
And just sort of taking that sort of idea and then just adding a little 90s hip hop to it. It was an easy hit, I feel, and I don't understand.
I mean, I don't think you're off base. I feel like a lot of artists do that. It would be like if Mariah had won Record of the Year for We Belong Together, as she should have, and then the next year was nominated and won for Don't Forget About Us. Even I, as a stan, would be like, that doesn't make the most sense. It just pales in comparison, and they're so easily compared because it's the same blueprint. As much as I love Bruno Mars, I think giving him all 3 of the, general non-best new artist Grammys is a little excessive. I feel like that album has some duds. Calling on My Lovelies, Straight Up and Down, like, I feel like they're just songs that like I never really perm. But obviously Finesse, that's what I like. I even like Versace on the Floor.
I love Versace on the Floor. I think Versace on the Floor is a great song. I was fine with his Song of the Year win. I mean, I was an Issues fan myself.
Oh man, hello. I think it's odd to shut Kendrick out of all of the general categories. It felt like such a no-brainer. It's like he is nominated every time he puts out an album. Like Album of the Year. He opened the show. Every time he performs on the Grammys, it's like, pull your hair out, he's gonna beat you all except Beyonce.
Brilliant. He's a brilliant performer. All of his albums are just huge critical successes.
Yes.
He is the #1 rapper of this time right now.
And it's like,
it's just, what does he have to do, that poor guy?
It's like he's the male Beyonce. What do they have in common? But as much as I love Bruno, again, much like Adele, I love Bruno. And I love Adele. Bruno's very talented. I prefer his previous album, the one with Locked Out of Heaven on it. Unorthodox Jukebox, I hate the name, but everything else about it I love. The fact that in this day and age, we're gonna have a whole Kesha moment talking about Time's Up. Obviously, we have a demon in the presidency. To have someone that would be speaking to this political time period, I feel like is much more impactful to award than like as much fun as Bruno's having. I'm happy he's having sex with all these women. I'm happy he gets to make the music that he grew up on and that, he gets to ride on yachts, but like, let's dig a little deeper. Kendrick
Lamar has proved himself time and time and time again to be consistently fantastic, and so has Bruno Mars.
Yes.
But 24 Karat Magic to me does not compare in the slightest to Bruno Mars's other previous albums. Whereas Damn is a great album. Like, Damn is such a good album. I listened to that whole damn thing, and I was just like, these lyrics are genius.
Just because he makes hip hop music, just because he's a rapper, it takes so many people in the Grammy committee, like, they can't even understand that it's art at any point. And it's like, guys, it's 2018. 2018. If you don't get it, then like get out, retire with what you're doing. Don't vote. Like you clearly don't know what's going on in the world. Like I'm a melody boy as much as anyone, but like I can realize the impact that rap and hip hop music has on the world, and the fact that Kendrick is pushing music forward in a way that Bruno Mars, as much as I love him, I really truly think he is so talented.
Yeah, he's the best male performer, like
alive,
a pop star,
absolutely,
like right now. Like,
but he's all of his albums, to a point, but especially this one, are always harkening back to something that happened before that he loved. And that's great and that's beautiful, but I think what we need to award is stuff that's pushing music forward. And the way that Kendrick Lamar puts his music out, like just how amazing it is when you listen to it, and then how amazing he is when you watch him. Like that opening performance.
Like Jesus Christ.
Give me break!
It was, as is every time he performs at the Grammys, the best performance of the night. Except for
oh God,
the number 3 trending topic on Twitter.
God.
Miss Patti LuPone singing in that original goddamn key. Original key.
How'd you know it was the original key?
Because you hear it, and it was really high, and I was like, "Ooh, Patti, are we gonna do this?" And she did it flawlessly. Acted her face off, looked down at all her minions, all the people in the audience who probably had no idea who she was. Just like, what is this bitch doing? Lifting her arms up with tears in her goddamn eyes, with Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber in that audience because they had just made amends. For those of you who don't know, like there was a big falling out. Because of Sunset Boulevard, Patti was supposed to open the show on Broadway. She got fired by Andrew Lloyd Webber, and it was a big thing. And
it's in her book, right?
Each other. It's 2 great chapters in her book. Apparently, they made amends and are now on good terms. And she did a tribute to him.
What Kesha did tonight?
Oh
was
my God!
Outstanding.
So
like,
good.
The emotion was so palpable. It was telling him, "He who shall not be named," like seriously, can never be seen in public again.
Oh yeah.
The timing of what she did and what she fought against, and what you did to her, and the movement that's come up with Time's Up. It's just like, oh no, you're out.
When they announced that the song was happening, and then they announced all those names with our good friend Julia Michaels.
Yes, Julia!
And we were just like, are all these women gonna have solos? It's like, that's kind of crazy. And then it was just like, no, they are just standing there like supporting.
Yes.
I thought that was great.
It was
I
beautiful.
thought that was such a great moment. That was such a great thing to do.
I also really enjoyed Rihanna Wild Thoughts.
Yes!
Like, I'm telling you, I tweeted it and I'll say it again. She's the most improved performer I've ever seen in life. Like, I remember when she first came out and she'd sing live, you'd be like, ah! And now, she's a natural. She's so charismatic. You're so drawn to her. It's like, Rihanna! Like, give me some energy, because this show is just a slog.
And I love the Grammy speeches are literally just like, they win and they're just like, oh, this is great, thanks.
You know, they have to like be the image of cool. Look at the Tonys, it's like, who's the craziest? Let's talk about it.
Those speeches go on for hours.
And at the Grammys, it's just like, oh yeah, like maybe I'll take off my shades for this, I don't know.
NBD, guys.
NBD, it's just another day. Our buddy Alessia Cara won Best New Artist.
Yes, Alessia.
People are mad because apparently her album came out in like 2015, but whatever. I'm happy for her. She watches 2 Gay Mats and we love you. I don't know if she watches, but she subscribes.
She subscribes. Like, I remember he texted me one day and he was like, oh, I just checked our subscribers and Alessia Cara subscribed. Right? And I was just like, oh, that's great.
It was great.
I would have loved a Lorde performance.
Oh, yes.
Apparently she didn't perform because they didn't want her to perform by herself.
Right.
They wanted her to perform as a duet and she was just like, no, I want to perform by myself.
She was the only woman nominated for Album of the Year. Why shouldn't she perform by herself?
And she had the best album of the year.
She had like that album, Melodrama, is as much as it was Kendrick's time, in my opinion. If Melodrama had won, I'd be like, well, it's a great album. I don't think she won anything. I don't think SZA won anything. And SZA's performance was also incredible.
Oh, her performance was great. I had never heard anything of SZA before.
That's a great song. And that was the song that Obama put on his playlist as like, oh, these are my songs of the year. SZA, Broken Clocks. And Broken Clocks like wasn't. I don't think it's an official single. Like I don't think there's a video for it. But I bet she was like, okay, I'm gonna perform that. It wasn't as upsetting as last year's for obvious reasons. Like the Queen wasn't nominated. She didn't. For most of the time, she was not in that audience. I felt like she was in the audience when the camera wasn't really panning to the audience. She'd like go back. But like at the beginning, it was just Jay by himself. She's like, I'm not doing that again.
Oh no. Especially, I was just looking at the crowd and I realized they're all sitting on folding chairs. And I was just like, you put Beyonce, pregnant Beyonce with twins, on a folding chair last year in the heat and then made her lose?
I know.
God damn you, Grammys.
I know.
But one day, guys, 2019, we'll be sitting here. Rap album will win. No, your album will win Best Album.
Yes!
But, you know, Record of the Year will be one of your songs with rap.
By Kendrick! I mean, I guess I don't have much else to say, but do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I really don't. I'll just rewatch that Patti LuPone performance.
I know you will. Oh, wait! Ben fucking Platt! Ben fucking Platt! That boy can sing his face off. I love him. Those Dear Evan Hansen songs have grown on me and grown on me. I'm in a words fail place right now. He killed it tonight. I hope Ben Platt's album is amazing whenever it comes out because I love that young man. And thank you guys so much for watching our Grammy review. Follow us on Twitter at MattPolarMusic.
And it's Matt Steele.
And we'll be back soon with another brand new 2K Matt.
Very, very soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.